boy error. I keep in my mind, I keep merging Saphire Falls and Royal Pacific into one hotel. They're two hotels, probably completely different. And in the back of my mind, I did know that, but as I just wander around and my head gets beaten on by the sun, they merge into one hotel. So I've got Royal Pacific, Saphire Falls, and Cabana Bay, and that other one I've forgotten the name of because the sun beats down. It's just opposite Cabana Bay. As I said, I'm really bad at this sort of thing, so I'm going to get a drink, revive myself again, and I'm in the place to get one, right? And then I think I'm going to walk to the others. Okay, so I've been down this walkway of course before because I've stayed in Cabana Bay and I've walked back to Cabana Bay this way. It is quite a hike to get to Cabana Bay this way. It's not something I do on a regular basis. But I tell you what, last time I did this I had no idea Royal Pacific was on this route. I think I just seen Saphire Falls and then I went to Cabana Bay. So it's no wonder they both merge in my head. So let's make sure I see them as two distinct hotels this time. And of course the one I couldn't remember earlier was Aventura. The advantage of all the hotels other than Aventura and Cabana Bay is obviously they have waterway access to the parks as well as the buses, and also it means you can go through security before you get on the waterway, so you're not facing that city walk security which obviously can back up and be quite a queue. So as we walk, a question: how much do you think this 20 ounces worth of coke was? In my head they sold these for $3.50, high $3 values, right? $4.50. Have they always been $4.50 or have they gone up? That seemed higher than expected. Maybe that's why I've got confused. To get to the Royal Pacific Hotel at the minute you have to go that way, but it's saying you need a key pass. Obviously I don't have one, I'm not a guest. If you go that way you end up at Cabana Bay, Aventura and Saphire Falls. So maybe getting to Royal Pacific is going to be awkward without going directly there via a vehicle. We will see. No doubt someone watching this video is shouting at their screen going, "No Ian, go X-way." I'm figuring out as I go. In my head I'm assuming this is Royal Pacific from the outside. Maybe wrong, but I think so. Another sign. Royal Pacific without saying I need a key pass. Let's have a look. Okay, this area, which is like a seating, stone garden, fountain sort of area, which the main foyer and everything encircles, very nice. Question now is getting to that hotel without walking all the way back to the walkway. Just possible. Give me a second. There's a map. Yeah, look at that. Literally across the street. So what did I think of the Royal Pacific? Having a quick look around. Didn't grab me. I've got no urge to stay there. Hard Rock made me want to stay there. The only reason I wouldn't is Florida is generally my second holiday now, and if I stayed somewhere like the Hard Rock or one of those premier Universal hotels, it would have the price of my main holiday, and I begrudge that now. Florida is a quick secondary type trip, so I'm loath to spend, you know, like $3 grand just on the room. and that, but Royal Pacific didn't pull me in. It just wasn't unique enough, the pool wasn't fascinating enough. So no, I'd rather go to Hard Rock or Portofino or something like that. Anyway, Saphire Falls. Okay, as I've been walking, I've been looking up how Universal rates its hotels. So let's see. Premier is Portofino Bay, Hard Rock Hotel and Royal Pacific. Those are the three we've just done after we moved away from Endless Summer. Then we have Preferred, which is Saphire Falls, which is where I'm entering now. Then we have Prime Value, which is Cabana Bay and Aventura. And then finally Value, which is Endless Summer. So actually Cabana Bay isn't seen as value. That's Endless Summer. And this Sapphire one sits exactly in the middle. Important to note though, despite sitting almost exactly in the middle in terms of the value chain for the Universal hotels, Saphire Falls is still on the waterway. Keep in mind this little personal tour and checkout, definitely not travel agent quality. Look at the hotels is not taking into account what the current prices are. But that's Saphire Falls, sitting in the middle between Cabana Bay and down and Royal Pacific and up. Bit of a sweet spot, I think. Its theming was nice, it's on the water, it's on the water taxis, I like the pool. In fact, I preferred that Saphire Falls than I did Royal Pacific, and that's obviously in the Premier bracket. So, I'll have to have a look at the advantages of staying at that hotel, because also it's very close to Aventura and Cabana Bay, which means it's also very close to Volcano Bay, though I have just been told there is no way to cross this road. So, let's see what happens. Okay, so if you're willing to come across this road and technically do what may be jaywalking, and if you get spotted by a copper, stopped, I don't know, you can get from Saphire Falls to Cabana Bay. If you want to take the official route back to the bridge, I think it's 8 to 10 minutes, but I don't know whether what I did was technically illegal there. But if you're on your own and relatively fit, go for it. I don't know what anyone else thinks, but as far as I'm concerned, that is some of the best hotel branding iconography in Orlando. Few things. One, I have made a purchase. Seasonal 3-park annual pass. It was 30 quid. I'd effectively already paid for the damn thing. Second thing, Cabana Bay has one of the best vibes for its food court. I'm not someone who likes hanging around in food courts, right? I'd rather not go there. They put me off. I just want to get in, get out, or not go there at all in the case of most value-ish hotels. But that one, I can actually sit in it and enjoy it. It's really nice. Now, without walking through the whole hotel, that is one of the towers with the infamous on the other side of the tower. Volcano Bay rooms. They are amazing. Amazing if you don't mind getting up early, because at about somewhere between 7 and 8 they call on the bongo drums to the volcano gods, and it will wake you up. Third or fourth thing, depending on where we're at, people will notice I made a schoolboy error when I walked from Saphire Falls to Cabana Bay, and that schoolboy error is I hadn't went to the Aventura hotel yet, which is back across the road. So I'm either going to have to jaywalk or see if one of these buses goes to Aventura first. I think they do. I want to take it easy and wait for a bus, but I do want to say at this point I am biased. I think the Cabana Bay it's perfect for me, right? It's a value hotel, but with just a little bit of preference, and it being within walking distance of Volcano Bay. I mean, literally, if you stay in one of those towers that I was pointing out earlier, Volcano Bay is just as close as your actual pool. You basically have Volcano Bay as your hotel pool. It's that crazy, which is a combination that can't be beat. I mean, in theory, of course, you can get from the Aventura or Saphire Falls to Cabana Bay by walking if you're willing to jaywalk the road. I don't think there's another way, but if you're really into Cabana Bay, Volcano Bay, Cabana Bay can't be beat. I got the bus across so that I wasn't jaywalking again in case I got picked up by the popo. Second, I'd forgotten Aventura is literally almost on top of Saphire Falls, so I think this hotel has everything inside, so I'm not really sure what I'm going to get to see. As I said, I don't really push the envelope, you know what I mean? I'm not one of these crazy vloggers who tries to get into places they shouldn't. In fact, I'm a vlogger who probably doesn't even try to get into places I can. I'm that timid, but you know, I'm having a look, so come along, let's see what we see. Okay, I need to look up what one of those delivery robots do, because in my imagination it's probably much better than it actually is. Okay, I nearly made Aventura schoolboy error number 2, crossing the road without going in there and then getting the bus from there. No. Let's get the bus, the water taxi from Saphire Falls, because then I avoid the city walk security. I think that should work out better. No, we're not doing the water shuttle. We're not doing any shuttle. I'm going to walk back. Feeling it, feeling good. It's a nice heat today. It's warm, but you know, there's not sweat dripping off my elbows or anything. So this is quite pleasant. Keeps the steps up, works off some of the food. Though I have only been having one meal a day really, so I feel bigger. Now I'm surprised I feel bigger because I've done a lot of walking and I've ate less meals, but it's what, right? Okay, so what have I learned from this whistle stop little bit of sightseeing of all the resorts? So, working up from the cheapest to the dearest 3. Endless Summer, I really want to try. The reason I want to try Endless Summer is it brings an on-property hotel down to near the pricing of a partner hotel, but with the benefits of staying at like Aventura, right? You have on-site transport. The hotel's pretty close. I'd say it might even be marginally closer than Cabana Bay because it's just over the overpass. So Endless Summer, partner-like pricing, but on property-like advantages. I could really get into Endless Summer. Aventura, I don't know. Aventura doesn't really appeal to me. I'm not really sure what it is. I think it's futuristic aesthetic, but it manages to have that futuristic aesthetic in a sense that makes it feel antiseptic. You know, it doesn't feel like rich and sci-fi like say like appearing like Mass Effect, you know, futuristic. No, it just appears like a bland modern. I'm not a big fan. I'm sure it's nice, but it doesn't drag me in. Cabana Bay, well, I could go on about Cabana Bay forever. I love Cabana Bay, so its vibe, its funkiness, the rooms, its closeness to Volcano Bay. I love the Volcano Bay rooms. So of the bottom three, Endless Summer, Cabana Bay for me. Aventura, as I say, I've not done it, so it's hard for me to give an opinion, but it doesn't drag me to go. Saphire Falls I could really get into. It looks cool, its pool looks great. Obviously I'm not sure about its rooms, I haven't been in. In theory you can walk to Volcano Bay, I've not tested it. And yeah, it has the waterway access, which gives you that, you know, gives you a nice way to get to the park, very picturesque, and also security at your hotel, so you can miss out the city walk security. It also puts walking back to your hotel by the garden walkway within okay distance. So we need to look into Saphire Falls. I think I'll do that next time we come. It might involve a nice neat cluster of benefits that works out really well. Okay, now we get into the top three. Royal Pacific, no. Nothing wrong with it. I could understand its opulence, its niceness, but it's just the way it was designed, its decor, it wasn't for me. I mean, Portofino Bay, amazing. Its outside decor, I mean, it's like you're in Italian town, right? It is absolutely beyond belief. I couldn't really have a poke around inside, it was just too much. But nice though it is, I will almost certainly never stay there. I mean, it's Grand Floridian like pricing, right? It is absolutely crazy. Of the three premier hotels, Hard Rock, hands down. It was beautifully laid back elegance with porters whistling rock music, and so it managed to be both a good level of poshness, a good level of relaxed, a good level of elegance, while just feeling at home. The pool was really nice. I'm sure it's really expensive, but if I was going for an almost in the parks premier hotel, it'd be Hard Rock. Okay, let's use this annual pass for the first time and then we are done. What's occurred to me is, it's 1 o'clock and all I've had is a venti caramel frappuccino today. So I've actually eaten nothing. So let's enter the park and I am officially a universal pass holder. So how long is the Hagrid's queue? I did hear this morning that people arrived this morning, queued up for it, did all the get let in and all that sort of stuff, only to find out they weren't actually opening the ride till 10:30. So they may have got into the park, faced a 2-hour queue or whatever, that only started moving at 10:30. That is why I am not going on that ride this trip, though it is currently open at about a 2-hour queue. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed the trip around the hotels. As I said, I've not been to many of them before, so I was interested in actually seeing them beyond just pictures. I mean, I really enjoyed it, but I just enjoy poking around stuff, right, and seeing what I see. I don't generally do the whole official travel agent information thing. It's just like, oh, that's interesting. But yeah, that's it. I think that's going to be the videos for this trip. This will be the last one. I'm going to go and get something to eat. I fly home tomorrow. There may well be a bunch of other videos which are studio based and use sort of like you know, B-roll and stuff to give you some information, but in terms of on property in-park vlogs, that's going to be it. Hope you enjoyed it and see you in the next video.